Hi there, I'm Monica McGuire. I'm happy to share some self-healing lifestyle reminders with you, specifically to boost your immune system and set up additional self-healing opportunities for your body to overcome colds. We're over a week from the equinox changeover to fall, so today we'll share some less known help for people beleaguered by colds or anything that has us feeling under the weather. For example, here in Santa Cruz, California, we awoke to clearly changing seasons today. 57 degrees and foggy wet until just about noon when the clouds and fog parted, reminding us that short sleeves are smart for the rest of the day. Changes in weather have long been known to dampen human immune systems enough to see an upsurge in people feeling under the weather. So, besides the reminder to take better care of yourself when the weather is changing, here we go. Because it's most challenging to remember most of our best self-healing lifestyles when our brains are foggier than usual from not feeling well, I found myself reminding a colleague this morning of what she can do to allow her body more self-healing time and conserve her energy so she gets over her sore throat cold today and feel better faster. You may well know the basics and/or some wonderfully uncommon ways to cure the common cold, and I welcome your input to my blogged list of how to care for ourselves. But in the meantime, here are some lesser known details of a few of the self-healing assisting practices that you can focus on as your lifestyles if and when you're feeling stuffed or runny sinuses, headachy, congested lungs, sore throat, body aches, etc. Although most of these suggestions and reminders are just as good if you're simply desiring some precautionary measures. First of all, quell your sore or tickly feeling throats by gargling. Did you know that some hospitals have all patients and staff gargle with apple cider vinegar whenever even one case of strep throat is diagnosed? And did you know that the fastest diagnosis of strep throat is to gargle with apple cider vinegar? Because if it soothes your throat when streptococcus is the thing causing the soreness, then you can be pretty sure that's the really contagious part you have to be careful of. In fact, it was my mom who learned this when I was a teenager because one of her friends is a nurse at a local hospital at a local hospital in Los Angeles, that the staff would take apple cider vinegar to everybody in the hospital, all staff included, if anyone had a sore throat that was soothed by the apple cider vinegar, because then they would avoid the big problem of everybody passing it on and going around and around with it. I generally suggest gargling with the apple cider and also really salty, hot as you can take it water, because one of the two will usually soothe your sore throat enough that you can get a feeling which one is better for you. My son loves to do this over the sink or tub because he can get so sloppy with it and spit it all out when he has to gag at the end of it, which is a little bit of a side effect of the salt. But it really works if you gargle long enough. You will get the sense you want to gag, and then you know you've kind of done enough. Plus, if it just feels better. And do that throughout the day anytime you don't feel well, and you really will get better far faster. Also, we all know, somewhere deep down at least, that we need sleep, or at least much better and more rest to feel better faster. So succumbing to the drowsy and slowed down feelings that you get sooner by at least getting to bed earlier is great. Also, since digestion is the most common ongoing stress that our bodies deal with, unless you feel quite hungry, it's completely safe to skip a meal in order to get to sleep sooner or to sleep in longer. Eating less sugar or processed food and more true superfoods like panoply of plants, all colors, but especially the dark green leafies and sprouts, things like that are always going to help you feel better faster. A really good rule of thumb is about half of anything that you eat being fresh or at least very lightly steamed only, fresh plants, to anything else that you eat. And then you usually have enough reserves to feel better longer, both if you're sick and if you're not. Then additionally, while eating this really healthy meal, you can be lounging in a nice, quite warm, but not overly hot bath. It's a great prelude to bundling up for a long sleep where you intend to get overheated, because that helps you get better faster too while you're sleeping. All the better, use at least 2 cups of Epsom salts and or pink Himalayan ancient sea salt in your standard size bathtub. you'll be amazed to see that some of the salts will dissolve when you're just filling the tub with water, but you usually have quite a bit sitting at the bottom of the tub, and they don't dissolve the rest of the way until you get in. So you can really visibly see that these salts are going into you through your skin. That's the second best thing to actually eating, drinking, or breathing in nutrients. Your skin is very, very clearly eating, drinking, and breathing. In fact, I don't know why I say second best. It could be a far better way. What we put on our skin or have near our skin is something we're taking into our body. And lounging in an ancient sea bath is a great way to stimulate our body's absorption of minerals and all kinds of important nutrients that also have the benefit of pulling toxins out of us. It's really interesting. The terrific magnesium and other minerals are very, very needed most of the time, but especially obvious how they can help us get better faster if we're not well. So remember, you don't want the water to be so cold that you're chilly in any way. You want it quite warm, but if it stings or you feel it's too hot in any way, cool it down or let it cool down before taking the bath, because that just doesn't work as well. Then, if you get done sleeping, but you still need to rest, or if you're kind of restless from being in bed a lot and not feeling well, you could take time to read something that your body may be attempting to get you to spend more time reading. Or you could do the most enjoyable exercise, well, one of the most enjoyable exercises that there is, which is laughing. Get yourself a great stack of really funny movies that you know you already love, or other people have recommended, or you've had on a list somewhere, or look up a list like I've got to know what ones are really probably going to tickle you enough that you'll really get a good rolling laughter going here and there. One of the best medicines there is, laughter, truly. And, of course, you can do this with audios as well, or if you have a friend who wants to read you something really funny, or just talk with you on the phone and make you laugh. These are really great ways as well. All of the bath and other supplement information is actually backed up by one of my most recent favorite teachers, who I found by watching a really great documentary called Food Matters. In fact, documentaries on YouTube are completely amazing for self-help, true healthcare these days. Something I love to promote is that healthcare is an inside job, and true healthcare is where we're caring for the health that we have, as opposed to looking at medical care or disease care, where the world is more focused on getting better from much more serious things than the common cold that most of us get. So this man, Dr. Andrew Saul, who was highlighted in the movie Food Matters and in other places, has written multiple fantastic books. But best of all, he has a really amazing website with over 400 articles on common things that we all suffer from, plus every basic capability that something like 30 different vitamins and supplements have that most of us need more of, and could cure ourselves of an awful lot of our ailments if we would get enough of these vitamins and supplements in us. His great website, which is really humorously easy fun to read, is called dryourself.com. And besides getting help from somebody like me that could be more personalized, something general like that and all the other generalized websites out there like that are amazing. So another favorite of mine, and a place where you can also get help with your common colds, is a Chinese foot reflexologist named Holly C. And C is spelled T-S-E, Chinese name. Her website is ChineseFootReflexology.com, and this particular article with / how to get rid of a cold fast with Chinese reflexology points is absolutely marvelous and also works extremely well, I can tell you personally. You will find a growing list of my suggested cold care remedies, references, and links to on my website at monicamaguire.com. Finally, I'll tell you that I specialize in helping people with gray hair or other signs of getting wiser to feel better faster, to feel younger and healthier, so that we can activate goals that have been on the back burner too long due to a lack of energy. Thanks for watching and truly caring for your own health. May you enjoy vital, radiant health for life.